Welcome to Science Meets Adventure. Close your eyes for a second and imagine this. You step off a boat into warm, clear water. Sunlight breaks into golden ribbons as you descend. The sounds of the surface fade away. The ocean becomes a quiet blue cathedral. Then, suddenly, the seafloor opens into something impossible. An entire city beneath the waves. Towers, alleys, gardens, tiny windows and hidden caves. Fish flashing like neon signs, a living maze that looks like stone, but isn't. Look closer. What seems like rock is alive. This is a coral reef, one of the greatest travel wonders on Earth. And today, we're diving into the mystery of how coral reefs build entire worlds underwater. Most people think coral is a plant, or maybe a type of rock, but coral is actually made of animals, tiny, soft creatures called polyps. Picture a tiny sea anemone the size of a pencil tip. Each polyp has a little mouth and small tentacles, like a miniature flower that can catch food. One polyp is small. Easy to miss. But corals don't live alone. They live in huge colonies, thousands, sometimes millions of these tiny animals working side by side. And when you zoom out, they become architects. Here's their secret. Coral polyps build homes. A polyp takes minerals from seawater and makes a hard skeleton beneath itself, like a little cup. This skeleton is made from a material called calcium carbonate. You don't need to memorize that name, just think of it as ocean cement. It's the same kind of material found in seashells. The polyp builds a tiny layer, then it builds more, then its babies settle nearby and build their own. Over time, those tiny homes stack up, connect, and spread. And slowly, so slowly, you can't see it happen in a day, or even a year, an underwater city rises. Imagine building a castle using grains of sand, one grain at a time. That's how patient corals are. Some reefs grow only a little each year, the kind of growth that feels almost invisible. Until you remember reefs have been building for thousands of years. Now think about what that means for you as a traveler or diver. When you swim through a reef, you're not just seeing something beautiful. You're exploring a living world that has been under construction since before many human civilizations even existed. And a coral reef isn't just one building. It's an entire neighborhood, actually many neighborhoods. Some parts are like busy downtown streets, packed with fish weaving through coral branches. Some parts are like quiet suburbs, with sandy spaces and coral mounds. There are highways, where larger fish cruise by. There are rooftops, where sunlight fuels life. There are basements and caves where shy creatures hide. Every shape you see has a purpose. Branching corals create forests, perfect places for small fish to hide. Massive boulder corals are like strong apartment blocks, built to survive waves. Plate-like corals form shelves and ledges, like balconies stacked in layers. And the residents? They're everywhere. Butterfly fish drifting like living confetti, parrotfish nibbling coral and crunching algae like underwater lawnmowers, sea turtles gliding through, calm and ancient, rays passing overhead like silent aircraft, tiny shrimp and crabs cleaning, hiding, and stealing snacks. Even creatures you might never notice, worms, snails, and microscopic life, are part of the reef's busy population. This is why reefs are often called the rainforests of the sea. Because reefs cover a small part of the ocean, but they support a huge amount of life. They are home, shelter, nursery, cafeteria, and city all in one. But there's another secret that makes reefs possible, and it's one of the coolest partnerships in nature. Inside many coral polyps live tiny algae. Think of algae as microscopic roommates. These algae use sunlight to make food, kind of like a solar-powered kitchen. They share that energy with the coral. In return, the coral gives the algae a safe place to live. It's teamwork. The algae help feed the coral and give reefs many of their beautiful colors: soft browns, bright greens, golden tones. And the coral, with that extra energy, can build its skeleton faster, expanding the reef's architecture. So when you hover above a reef and see it glowing with color, you're watching a partnership at work. Sunlight turned into life, life turned into a city. Now here's something travelers often don't realize until they see it. Coral reefs also protect the land. Reefs are like natural seawalls. When waves roll in, the reef breaks the force of the water. It softens the udar of storms. It helps protect coastlines from erosion. That means reefs can help keep beaches, islands, and coastal towns safer. In a way, coral reefs don't just build underwater worlds, they also guard the worlds above. So with all this power, why are reefs fragile? Because reefs are living systems with delicate rules. Corals like warm water, but not too warm. They like clear water, but not too dirty. They need sunlight. They need balance. When conditions change too fast, the partnership between coral and algae can break. If the water becomes too warm for too long, corals get stressed and may push out their algae roommates. When that happens, the coral loses its color and turns pale. This is called bleaching. A bleached reef can look ghostly, beautiful in a haunting way, but it's a warning sign. Without their algae partners, corals have less energy, and if the stress continues, they can die. Reefs can also be harmed by pollution, careless touching, and damage from anchors or breaking pieces off as souvenirs. And because reefs grow so slowly, recovery can take a long time. Remember, what takes you 1 second to break might take nature decades to rebuild. That's why, when you travel to reefs, the best kind of adventure is a respectful one. Look closer, but don't touch. Float gently. Keep fins away from coral. Use reef-safe choices when possible. Follow local rules. Choose tour operators who care for the reef. Every careful traveler becomes part of the reef's story. And the reward is huge, because seeing a coral reef in real life is unforgettable. It's not just a pretty scene, it's a feeling. The moment you realize the rocks are living animals, the moment a school of fish turns as one, like a single shimmering creature, the moment you drift through coral corridors and feel like you've entered another planet. Imagine swimming through a living city built by tiny architects, each one no bigger than a pencil tip, yet together shaping landscapes that can be seen from space. That's the wonder of coral reefs. They are proof that the smallest builders can create the biggest worlds. They are ocean's masterpieces, built slowly, patiently, layer by layer, generation by generation. Coral reefs are not just beautiful, they are worlds that took thousands of years to build. If this adventure inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to Science Meets Adventure for more journeys across our incredible planet.